Alright, we'll be learning how to create dramatic, dreamy portrait in Adobe Photoshop. So this is our portrait, and what we'll be making, we'll converting this portrait, a simple photo, into a dreamy, dramatic portrait. So this is the preview, and this is what would be our final product, a final result. So let's dive in. Go to Photoshop. Okay, so this is our image, and there are two different ways of doing the same thing. One is the easiest and the fastest way is a plugin for Photoshop, which is Google's Nick Color Efex Pro, and the second is within the Photoshop. That will take us a little bit of time, but uh, without the use of any plugin. So first I'll take you through the process of easiest way, and the easiest way is by creating using the Google's Nick Color Efex Pro. So first thing first, again the non-destructive editing. So in order to do that, just press Control or Command J. If you are in Window, Control J to duplicate this layer, and Command J if you are in Macintosh. Okay, so I have already installed the Google's Nick Color Efex Pro. So we'll go to the filters, Nick collection, and select Color Efex Pro. It will take a little bit of time to open. That takes time, but don't worry, it will open. Let me tell you about this Google's Color Efex Pro. It's a great plugin. It has lots of creative tools which are very effective and very handy for a pro level editing. So I highly recommend it. If you can purchase it, you can buy it. Okay, so this is on this side we have all the options available, and this side we have editing option. This is our preview image. You can click this compare version, and this is after version. Here is the zoom option. You can zoom it 100%, 50%, 25%, or whatever you like. I basically press it again to take it back. Okay, so there are certain recipes also on this part, of which is already created within the software, which comes with the software itself, but you can also create your own recipe by doing modification on the settings, and then press the save recipe, and you can name them and press OK. Then that recipe would be available for you on this side, left side of this panel, and for you, whenever next time you do editing, you just click it and it's on, and it's done. Like this, I have already created previously, and I've saved my recipe, and this is the result which we are going to get. So I'll walk you through the each step. I have used what kind of filters I have used and what settings I have used. So let's start afresh. Just delete all these plugins, these filters. We'll start afresh. Okay, you don't have any filter, go to the color effects, and first thing first, go to the Pro Contrast. This is the Pro Contrast, and we have got Pro Contrast. Just increase color correction, correct color cast. What it basically does, if your image has certain kind of a color or certain kind of a tone, like bluish or cold tone or the warm cold, it corrects that. But at the moment we don't want that. We want this little kind of a purple hue in our image, because that is the USP of our image. So we'll keep it a little bit here, Actually, let me tell you again, there is no specific set formula. You just need to experiment. Second thing, color correct contrast. So we'll increase it a little bit. In dynamic contrast, it increases the contrast overall in the image. So you can see when we do this, you are seeing that it is affecting the entire image, and it's bringing out certain details from this part of the image. So we'll take it to this level. Alright, and now if you want this effect not to affect on certain part of the image, then either you can do this, you can increase the shadow, so it not going to affect on the shadow part of the area. And if you want this not to affect the highlights, then it will do that, but we don't want that. There's certain other other options also. These are called control points. If you click this minus, just click it and select the part of the area which you don't want to be affected by this particular setting. So this is the this. You can grab this handle and increase the area where you don't want the particular effect, and this handle increase the opacity. What kind of opacity you want, like 0%, then it will definitely not going to affect anything. And if you increase it a little bit by bit, then it will certainly affect that part. We don't want it 0%. So this is just for the purpose of demonstration. We don't need that at this point. So I'll just delete it, press delete, and it will be deleted. Next up, now we want another filter to be applied on our image. So we'll just click this option, add filter. Now again we'll select from this side, we'll select this, is it bi-color filters. What it basically does, it gives us lots of color variations so that can affect our image differently. We'll click through, we'll get the different effects. Alright, here we want this purplish effect, this purple, because that is the USP of curtains. This background and the dress is also purple a little bit, so we want that. Here you can increase or decrease the opacity. That means how much effect of this particular filter you want to be applied on your image. So like the opacity, we can increase it, but I recommend not to increase way too much, because that's gonna ruin your image, unless we don't want that much. So I'll keep it to the around 30 or 35%. That's good. If this is the blend, but how much you want this particular effect to be blend with your original image. You can blend it with 100% or 50%, whatever you like. Like if I'll do is 0%, then it is only affecting this part of the area, and the moment I increase it, you can see it's also the image. So I'll keep it around here. And next thing, vertical shift. You can shift it this way. That means it's going to change its vertical sides. Alright, we don't want that. We'll keep it to the, if you double click, it will go to the its default mode. If again you want the rotation, then it will rotate. If you want this to be affected, or this effect to be on this part of the image or on this part, you can rotate it. Like if I rotate it, it is applied here, but we don't want that. We want a mixture of that. So I'll just double click it, and it is on the default mode. Now again add another filter. This time we'll use darken, lighten, center. Okay, what it basically does, it creates some vignette on the edge of our image. So it we have the central luminosity, that the center part, whether you want that to be brighter or lighter. So you can increase or decrease it. Alright, and this is the border luminosity. If you decrease to -100, that means this part of the these edges of the image will go darker. Okay, so we'll keep it to the minus 91%. Again, the center size, how much center size you want. But let me tell you, before doing all these things, this is one another great option is place center, that where you want your this effect to have a focus, because sometimes our subject is on this side of the image, that is on the 1/3 of the image, and sometimes it is on this side, so then we have a problem. So this option is very great. You just click it and select the center of our main subject, so that our center remains as it is, whereas our uh, as gets affected and it gets some cool vignette. Okay, so next thing, click add filter. This time we'll take this what it is called, dynamic skin softener, right? What it basically does, it softens your skin. All right, how it works, it works on the basis of the color available on the skin. So you can select this eyedropper and you can place it anywhere where you want the color to be picked, and wherever that color would be, it will just apply this effect, or it will soften that particular area. So you can increase the color range if you want to, small littles, these are all various options. You can do that and you will get to know that how much you want the large details or medium details to be affected by this filter. Okay, and again we have same options, plus under opacity, that if you want a particular part of the image to be affected by this, you can click, and if you don't want certain part of your image to be affected by this, you can always click this minus or zero opacity option. Alright, zoom it back. Next, another add filter, and this is a final effect. So we'll use the length vignette lens. Okay, just click it here, and again it also does, but it has some more effect of vignette. Earlier dynamic this dark light and center was not giving us enough darkness edges, but this gives us more edges. So again we have the same options. We can just click place center and place other, or if you want you can click it here, so that we get this part of the area also. Yes, it's okay. So again same thing, we'll put it on the minus side. It will darken the image way too much, but we don't want that. We'll take it to the moderate, minus 55 is fine. Alright, so this is our final image. You can check it, compare, and this is after, before and after. You can save your recipe, so next time when you come to the software, you don't have to go through each and every step you have, that is a lot more time saving. So just click save, you can give it any name and you press OK, and that will appear on this part of the area on the recipes. So next time you come, you want any image to be editing in a same way, same manner, just click and you'll have all the options available. After this you just press OK. And it will take some time to process. Yes, again just because it's a large image, it will take some time to process the entire effect, and it will apply to this particular image. So, and a great thing, automatically creates a copy of your image, so that you don't get your original file ruined automatically. So it is applied on the separate layer. Like here we have copied for the safety purpose, but it has already made a copy of this and created this particular copy, and it has named it Color Efex Pro. Alright, so this was the first part of the this tutorial, where we have used Google's Nix Color Efex Pro, and we have created this dramatic scene. If you want to see where we started. You can just press it, this little eye icon, it will turn it off the effect. So this was the effect which we have got. Alright, this is our starting image and this is our final image. Okay, so see you in the next part of the tutorial. Thank you so much.